You not working. Maybe you are. And it's showing us live. Now. Just gonna hit refresh like that. Post. Tweet. Share. Alright. Looks like we're live. Hopefully. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna guess we're live. Anyways, before we start his pre-stream of shitty music, we're gonna watch an important update regarding Friday night's stream. Possible bad news. Just because it's gonna be better than listening to his god-awful music. Here we go.
What's going on, everyone? Phil here with a very impromptu video that I had no intention of making today. As you can see, it's my day off. I'm wearing clothes that normally you've never even seen, like in a video or stream before. I'm in, wearing
It's not the black begging shirt. Wow.
my jeans. Very much was not expecting to be here in the office making an impromptu video. In fact, Kat already kind of, said, "Hurry up! This is our day off. You're not supposed to be doing this." But I have to do this because I want to let everyone know what.
Well, you need that money. You really do. You need that money to pay your bills. Womp womp.
What's going on right now with the situation that very much affects this channel and what I'm able to do.
Hey, Master, how's it going?
Guys, in the next few days. It was unforeseen. It's something that happened out of nowhere that sadly there's no real way I can really plan for. So here's the deal. All week, we had a good variety of stuff that I played in this last week. You guys were very supportive for a lot of it. There was one day that was really slow, but it was great because then yesterday we had an unprecedented rallying of support.
Rallying of support, i.e. lots of money.
We far exceeded the membership goals for the month. Tips were great. Literally on both streams, we were hitting goals and everything. Everything was great. Okay, so we ended this week on a very high note, and everything was positive and great and fun and exciting. And then something happened last night. Actually, it happened slowly over the course of this week. I'll give you the background story.
This is gonna be about Snorlax. He gave DSP tips, super chats, whatever. But yeah, Sport always means money with him. But apparently, the one card he used was not his. It was a family card, and it was getting charged back. Well, DSP went nuts about this because how dare you charge me back? You can't charge me back. I'm DSP Reeee. While the abuse he got from DSP over those $23 of the chargebacks made him charge back the other $368 in tips he'd given him over the time with a different card. Now, there's some debate whether this was a ops from the very beginning. I feel like he planned this from the very beginning of like, and I'll give him money with this card, and I'll use a card that I'm not allowed to use, and I'll get charged back and piss him off. But for the sake of argument, let's say this was a legit debt head who got abused and went, all right, well, I'm going to charge everything back. We're never the bad guy. Not when it comes to DSP. Short of doing anything to Jasper, no, we're not the bad guys. But anyways, Snorlax, got a hold of PayPal, got a hold of YouTube, did all this rigmarole, which resulted in the end, nothing. Absolutely nothing happened to DSP. Which is kind of annoying. He has the emails from DSP that he sent to PayPal, according to him. Of course, now this is, again, all just coming from Snorlax, what he posted on Twitter before he deleted his Twitter. But according to him, he sent the emails that he got from DSP. And he showed the emails on Twitter. Alright, this actually kind of looks legit. Now, was it an ops from the very beginning just to fuck with DSP? Was the actual dent head who got mad? We don't know. But most likely, if it was a dent head who got mad because DSP abused him, he sent the emails to PayPal. He sent emails to YouTube. Like, hey, here's what he's sending me. Can you do something about this? And they all said, no. Battle of Super Sons. I did watch Red Sun recently again because it's probably been a few years since I last watched it. It's like, God, I forgot how good this movie was. So that's what this little cry fest is about. Let's get back to it.
And it really came to a head last night, and it has basically undone a lot of the positivity of the week for me. So here's the deal. There's with someone
Undone
who
the
was very
positivity,
positive
guys.
on my streams over the past month and a half, 2 months. They were a relative newcomer, but they were chatting with me quite a lot of interaction. No matter what game I played, it didn't matter if it was a game like The Evil Within or Disney Dreamlight Valley or anything. Basically, any game this person would show up, interact with me, a really positive person when it came to conversation around.
And interact, he means give him money.
Games. They started contributing significantly. Not only in just, a tip here or there, but several tips a day sometimes. Then they were doing super chats. Then they were actually contributing in other ways. All right. And so obviously when that's happening, you think, wow, it's a new reviewer, it's a contributor, it's someone who's positive and fun and a great part of the streams. And quite frankly, I loved having this person around.
I love this person giving me $400 in tips, guys, not counting super chats and memberships.
For the last 2 months, because I felt that they did add to the streams in a very positive way. Not just the contributions, just the conversation. It actually added to a lot of the fun of the stuff that I did here on DSP Gaming. I love it when we get a newcomer who's engaged in the content and absolutely is having a great time with everybody. Never had any issue or anything with this person, and they contributed quite a lot over the last couple of months, I'm not going to lie. Then I haven't seen them for about a week, and when you don't see someone who's around for a very long time and they just kind of disappear from your streams, you get a little nervous. I hope they're okay.
Get a little nervous that they're not going to keep giving me money.
Okay, right? And I didn't think anything of it. This is a person who actually I had talked behind the scenes with in a couple of emails back and forth about stuff going on. They wanted to contribute in other ways, like maybe fan art and stuff like that. So I had an email trail going with this person. So finally, all of a sudden, after having not heard from this person in about a week, I get some chargebacks for tips that they had done. Some in September and a couple in early October. And they weren't large. They were a couple dollars here, a couple dollars there. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, what does it say? It actually says that, with the financial institution, they filed official chargebacks claiming that these were unauthorized purchases. And I'm looking at it.
Again, according to Snorlax, he used a different card for those, and he was not allowed to use that card for that. So it's 100% legit chargeback.
I'm like, what happened here? This person, I couldn't believe it, because usually when I get a chargeback, it's like, okay, I kind of get it. Maybe this person was a sarcastic tipper. Maybe this was someone who I didn't really know. This is someone who I felt like I got to know over a course of about 2 months. So I was actually shocked when this hit, to the point where I didn't want to believe that this person was a malicious troll. I probably should have. I should just always suspect that. Like, why would anyone who wasn't being malicious charge anything back? It doesn't make sense. But I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, so I emailed them earlier this week, and basically...
And again, according to Snorlax, he was not malicious. He was a legit fan. And then DSP abused him in emails like, how dare you charge me back? I'm going to end you. This is illegal. Don't you know this is illegal to charge back? Reeee. He did it all to himself.
He said, hey, I've noticed you haven't been around my streams recently. And then all of a sudden, on top of that, I get chargebacks for, what's going on? I would hope that this is either a misunderstanding or maybe a mistake or some situation, because you've contributed a ton, and there's only a couple of these chargebacks that have come through, and they're relatively small, so it's not like it's a giant deal, but I'm just wondering what the heck is going on, what's happening here. I'd like to hear your side of the story, obviously, before I make any judgments. And so this person did get back to me and essentially said that they had been sick for a while, and that's why they weren't on the streams for like a week and a half. And they were very sorry about these chargebacks, without giving you the personal details, essentially saying it was something out of their control. It was through a bank and stuff like that. So, whatever. Basically, they gave me a story. I tend to want to believe the best in people, and I believe...
I tend to want to believe my whales, because they gave me money.
So, thanks for explaining. And this person even said to me, I hope that this was just a limited thing. I apologize, profusely that it happened. Hope that you don't get hit with any other things moving forward. No fees, no other chargebacks, because this isn't something that was in my control, and it didn't mean for it to happen. Okay? Fair enough. I even saw the person a few more times this past week on my streams. A couple of times they contributed via tipping, and also I think some super chats. Okay, so I think all right, maybe coast is clear, no problem. Okay, so as you know, we had a great streaming week here, and then we had this big stream last night. The conclusion of Scorn. People are excited. They show up. They start supporting the stream in droves, which is really good. I should give you some clarification. Basically, during the day, I realized that I had enough money to cover a bill that was due today, which is my utility bill, and enough to basically cover kind of my day out today, which was grocery shopping, pet supplies for Jasper. We literally just finished eating dinner. Like, we just...
He had enough money in his PayPal account to blow it all, guys.
Finished eating our meal, which is a really good Mediterranean meal. I'll tell you about it on the podcast tomorrow. Okay, so we did all that, and, I look at my bank account, what's left in it, and there's like $30. Okay? Like, well, that's not enough for Gotham Knights tomorrow. But here's what happened last night, which sadly is the reason why I'm making this video. Last night, during that late stream, when people were rallying with support and everything was very exciting for the conclusion of Scorn, and we did some Q&A, this person took it upon themselves to charge back every single tip contribution they had sent me in the 2-month period they were watching my streams. This
wop wop, because you went nuts at him according to the, emails, but Snorlax did actually delete his Twitter page, whatever you want to call it. It was like, oh, let's go look at the stuff he posted. Oh, wait, you can't because he deleted it already. But yes, it was not good what he was sending to Snorlax, to say the least.
Amounted to over $400 of simultaneous chargebacks. And for those who don't know how chargebacks work, when you get charged back, you lose the money. It's gone. Now, you have the ability to fight that chargeback. And I will, absolutely. Because when they file these chargebacks, they claim these were unauthorized transactions, to which I have to respond. Pretty sure there's pretty big evidence that they were authorized, considering that every time you sent me a tip, you left me a message with it, completely talking about what's going on my stream, and the fact that I have a whole email trail from you about this earlier in the week, you stating, oh, it was an accident, this is not intentional, I hope this doesn't hit again. I have all this evidence, like a ton of evidence, showing that all of these tips are unauthorized transactions, okay? But the thing that happens with PayPal when you get a chargeback is you have to fight it, meaning
yeah, the huge rant had about chargebacks was over $23, according to Snorlax. And then that led to DSP threatening him and abusing him in emails and on stream and in these kind of videos. So Snorlax said, "All right, screw it. I'll just charge back the other $368 I gave you."
Every single
Jonathan, how's it going?
There are almost 100 individual contributions from this person. Needs to be individually disputed, sending them all of that information for each and every one. Then it goes to a third-party kind of limbo where someone who works for PayPal or is hired by PayPal to review cases looks at the data and has to make the determination if this is legit or not. I'll be honest with you, I don't always win. I don't always lose. It's kind of all over the place.
What happened? You used to claim, "Go ahead and charge me back. You're going to lose. I never lose. I win them all." Now you don't win them all? Womp womp.
All right? Usually it's not a big deal because you get a few chargebacks here or there. There are a few bucks. Who gives a crap? But when you have over $400 taken from you in one fell swoop, and you're someone like me who doesn't make a ridiculous amount of money, I live paycheck to paycheck, as I tell you guys every week. Most of the time, it's the tips I raise during the week that are paying for everything around here. The day off, any bills that week. If I have to buy a new game, it's your tips that fund that.
YouTube check pays for my bills. I need tips to pay bills. Well, where does your YouTube check go? The bills. Where are the tips going to? Bills. Well, if the tips go to bills and the YouTube check goes to bills, how many bills do you have? Due to bank leaks and to the bankruptcy, we know he doesn't have that many bills. It's all WWE champions, which he got his Kofi Kingston up to 6-star. It was posted on Twitter today that his Kofi Kingston is up to 6 stars now. So money well spent.
Okay, so here's the situation: is I screwed up. I had enough money to buy Gotham Knight. I didn't transfer it all. I transferred enough money for my day off and to pay my utility bill for the day to my bank account, not knowing that any chargeback was coming. Okay, then all of a sudden this giant chargeback hit me last night. Well, I should say not one. It was ridiculous amount of them, amounting to over $400. So I went from having a bunch of tips in my PayPal account. I'm more than equipped, ready to buy Gotham Knight.
Oh yeah, college life is definitely worth it.
I now have negative $390 in my PayPal account. Yes, that means that this weekend.
Negative $390. That means you guys got to give me at least $400. Give me to even, guys.
Every day that I stream, any tips that I get are basically paying down debt, which I shouldn't owe because this person is stealing from me. They committed fraud. They are lying.
They're stealing from me, guys. They're stealing.
It's a crime to lie to PayPal about something like this. It's ridiculous.
You lied on your bankruptcy form. Shut the fuck up about lying.
Knowing that they're not going to be around the streams anymore actually makes me sad because I'm going to miss them because they were a nice person to talk to about games and stuff.
You're going to miss them because they're not going to be giving you money anymore.
And I have absolutely no idea what happened because obviously this is something on their end. Likely it was just a malicious troll all along, impersonating someone who liked my content and was engaging and basically wanted to do this. Because isn't it funny? All this happened on the very same day. I get view botted, I get sub botted, and then I get a ridiculous amount of gifted memberships that allow me to hit my member goal and exceed it for the month of October. All that's happening. Is it just a coincidence that all of a sudden this person now decides to charge back over $400? Of course not. This was planned. They were doing this all along in the hopes that they were going to strike at a point when they thought that they could hurt me. Oh, look, Phil's feeling really good today because it was a really positive day for him. Let's take all that away. Now, here's the truth. If I had not...
They've been planning for 2 months to hurt me, guys. And I'm happy that he admits that he was view botted and sub botted and everything else botted. He was up to 216,000 subs. Back under 200. Womp womp.
Transferred funds over the course of yesterday into my bank account, I would
Yeah,
have had
because
no
if there's
money
no people
to have my
watching,
day off today.
you can
I
give
wouldn't
the
have had enough money
millions
to pay my
subsidy
utility
or
bill
millions
and
memberships
have
right now.
groceries for my family.
I've only
So this
got 10
person
people
who thinks
watching.
that, I
No,
guess, they're
there's only 10
funny,
people who can
oh, this is
accept.
great, look at how I can manipulate and hurt Phil, like could have seriously
Manipulate
hurt
and hurt
me. We might have
me.
had no money at all for the entirety of the week.
They
because
hurt
this
me,
person self-raped,
guys.
okay, committed this fraud. So the reason I'm telling you all this is because I don't have enough money to buy Gotham Knight tomorrow now. Okay? And it sucks. I wish I did. I was hoping that today maybe it wouldn't be as expensive for grocery shopping and things, and maybe I could cut corners. I tried as best I could. I don't have enough money. Like I said,
You still got DoorDash of a Mediterranean meal. Don't forget, all this crying, he still DoorDash a Mediterranean meal. I spent just under $25, made myself 7 meals of spaghetti. The first meal I just ate right out of pockets, fuck it, I live alone. Then the next 6, put into bowls, put them in the fridge. $25. I have 6 meals set up and ready to go. For $25. This fucker probably spent $80 to $100 on a nice Mediterranean meal for me and my wife. Well, crying about he can't cut corners. He can't afford Gotham Knights. He can't afford anything, guys, because of these chargebacks. Not because I spent $80 on 2 meals for me and my wife on DoorDash. I mean, it would have been cheaper for you to go to the restaurant. That probably would have saved you $30. And oh no, you only bought the cheaper bottle of Tanqueray instead of more expensive bottle of Tanqueray. Oh, that saved you another $10. Nope. He can't cut quarters, guys. He needs you, yes you, to step up and give him more money.
I have about $30 in my bank account right now and negative $390 in my PayPal account. I can't buy Gotham Knight. All right. Now here's the situation. YouTube is supposed to pay me for the month's performance.
They did pay him on Friday. I know that because I got paid my $144. Yay! Which, I went to go see Black Adam yesterday. Entertaining movie. Obviously not a masterpiece. It's DC, what do you expect? But good visuals, good humor. And The Rock does not make boring movies. He makes fun, entertaining movies. And then, the other $100 went towards my snowblower. Getting it ready for winter, what you gotta do. Alright, it won't start. Alright, well, instead of doing the pull charge, let's plug it in. That will make it start. Still won't start. Okay, take it apart a little, blow starting fluid in there. Trying to start, and then doesn't start. One of my friend, he's like, well, the shop that cleaned the carburetor on my one generator did it for $50. Like, alright, $50, whatever. He comes with his work truck, picks it up, takes it there. Next week, he's like, hey, it's done. Costs $100. Oh, man, what the hell did I do? Well, you had a leak in the one line, so air got to the oil. And like in a car, you get a little bit of moisture in the oil pan, whatever. You start your car, you drive, it burns it off. Let's say you have a snowblower you used 3 times last year, and then it sits in your shed with a leak. And it sits in your shed for months with that leak. And moisture builds up, and it starts turning the oil acidic. Eventually, it will gunk up so badly that when you go to start it, oil doesn't move through. And it was so dirty, they had to replace a couple things inside of it. It's like, that sucks. But for $100, my snowblower works again. And I had to come on here, guy, I had to spend $100 to get my snowblower fixed. You don't want me to have to not buy more food tomorrow, right? On my day off? Guys, give me money. Oh yeah, he easily several $100, probably close to $1,000 that we saw. I know that's just what we saw. He got behind the scenes money. We know that for a fact because he went from this video of guys, I can't afford Gotham Knights to you guys are so supportive. Last night after I made that video, I was able to afford Gotham Knights. So you got tipped behind the scenes so you could buy a game. But how many people should be like, well, here's $70 for the game? Let's say 3 of his pay pigs do that. Well, he just got $210 for a $70 game. Another pay pig show, like, I can only spare 20. Well, there's another 60. Oh, then 3 more pay pig show, I can only afford 10. Well, there's another 30. So all of a sudden, he got over $300 to afford a $70 game. Does it go to the tip board? No. Does it go towards the glasses, hat, and vest goal? No. That money was on my day off. It didn't count towards the goal today, guys.
Performance tomorrow. So if they pay me